Er ist WDR 2. Er hat Musikgeschichte geschrieben im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes. Denn von ihm stammen Britpop-Hymnen wie Wonderwall, Whatever, Don't Look Back in Anger. Eine englische Musikzeitschrift hat ihn mal als größten Songwriter der Gegenwart bezeichnet. Fest steht, ohne Noel Gallagher, ehemals Kopfgitarrist und Komponist von Oasis, hätte es viele großartige Britpop-Hits nie gegeben. Jetzt wissen wir alle, seit 2 Jahren gibt's Oasis nicht mehr und jetzt ist er wieder da und will solo richtig durchstarten. Am 14. Oktober kommt sein erstes Soloalbum Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds raus. Und was das für ein Album ist, das fragen wir ihn doch am besten selber. Herzlich willkommen, very warm welcome, Noel Gallagher.
Thank you very much.
Your first solo album is about to be released, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. Fans are very much looking forward to it. Could you explain or describe what they're going to get from you?
10 songs.
Good.
I'd rather describe what it's not more than what it is.
Yes, please.
It's not stadium rock or rock and roll, which is what I've been famed for over the last 18 years. You know, it's a bit more human sounding, a bit more personal.
I was lucky I could already hear the 10 songs of the album.
You're lucky lady.
I'm very lucky, yes.
You are.
And to me it was a little bit melancholic, almost romantic. Is it?
Well,
And you sounded to me, maybe I'm completely wrong, very relaxed, very much enjoying what you're doing. Was it because you could write, arrange, do and sing whatever you wanted this time? No one...
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're working in a band with 5 other people and 4 other songwriters, you have to be prepared to compromise. And if you're writing songs for someone else to sing, you have to be prepared to compromise your whatever your thing is. So when I was doing this is easy. You've got to please yourself. I don't have to explain to anybody what the songs are about. I don't have to explain to anybody what the words are about or how it goes or anything like that. And yeah, it's just. But you know, being in a band is great as well, because that kind of the struggle to make a record is can make for great music as well. So I wouldn't choose one over the other.
2 of the songs that are on this album, you originally wrote for Oasis. They were never recorded. How did they end up on this album then?
They were actually recorded twice for 2 separate albums. And we never got round to completing the vocals. And they were, you know, they're my songs and they were just there. And I thought, I mean, I like them. They're great songs. So I thought, well, you know, I reserve the right to put them out. And I thought, if I don't do it now, I'll never put them out. One of them is 10 years old, you know. But you know, one of them's been bootlegged on the internet for about the last 6 years, so people would have heard them before. But they just fitted what I was doing at the time. You know, there was no great master plan behind it.
It just happened.
It just happens, like all the great things in life. It just happens.
It's been 2 years since you've left Oasis. Did you ever regret it?
Maybe initially. In the immediate aftermath. Yeah, but as soon as I started focusing on making music again, I was cool. I've never thought about it since, really. I only really think about it when I do interviews, which is
because
every
everybody
day.
asks.
Because everybody else. Yeah, but I understand people have got to ask. You know, people want to know. So I'm quite prepared to. Yeah, I can answer those questions. I've got nothing to be ashamed of in my part of why I left. You know what I mean? So it's just the way it is. But I regretted it initially, but now I don't really think about it.
Have you been in contact with any of the other members of Oasis? Or
yeah, I've seen Gem and Chris, the drummer. I haven't spoken to anybody else.
And of course,
I assume you're referring to the singer.
I'm referring to your brother, and because everybody's still hoping that one day you might be on good terms again.
Yeah, well, you know.
Very diplomatic answer, okay. After you left, how long did it take you to decide, okay, now I'm starting my solo career? Because you've been talking about this since, I think, 2000.
Well, I've been... Every record label I've ever been on has always said, oh, do you fancy doing a solo album? And to be quite honest, I was really happy in Oasis, and Oasis took up so much of my time that I didn't really have the time. So, of course, then when I left the band, I sat around the house for a while, and I didn't think about it until my wife said to me one day, Rouse, and, you know, out of the house to go and do something. And it's a fascinating thing with women. When you're on tour, they want you to spend more time with the family. When you spend more time with the family, they want you back on tour. So you can't win.
No.
So she decided that I should make an album. And off I went to the studio, and here we are.
So we're quite thankful that your wife chucked you out of the house.
You should thank the lovely Sarah, yeah. It was her idea.
The first pre-released song, The Death of You and Me, shot up in the British charts at number 8, I think.
It did indeed.
Is that a success for you because you're used to so many number ones?
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. The charts are... There's a strange place. I don't know. I'm told it was a major, major, major success and surprise, and I don't know about music really anymore, how people buy it or listen to it, do you know what I mean? It's a bit strange. I don't worry about that kind of thing anymore. But it's... When I was... if you think about the song and what it sounds like, and the fact that they don't play it on national radio in England because I'm too old. And
not on Radio 1.
I don't play it on Radio 1, no. I play it on Radio 2, though, which is the equivalent of
WDR2.
Yeah. Then it's amazing that it got in the charts at all. But, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
But, of course, everybody who will get the album, they will compare it to the Oasis albums.
Yes.
Well, you wrote almost every song on the Oasis albums.
All the good ones.
Does that still annoy you?
No. It's people are going to make that comparison. There's no point in me being upset about it. That's just the way it is. I can accept that for the rest of my life, that every album I wrote and every song I wrote after Wonderwall was going to be compared to Wonderwall because it was so successful. But I can accept that. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't... Just because people say, oh, well, he done this and then he done that, it doesn't cloud my judgment on anything that I do. It's just... I don't have to try and make it any better than what I've done before, or any worse, or any different. I just write when I feel like it, and I write what I feel like, and if people like it, it's great. If people don't like it, then I really do pity them.
You've been through almost everything with Oasis. You've been a superstar, you've been slaughtered by the press. Where would you like to end up with your solo album as a solo artist?
Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. Just respected and loved. I don't know.
At the moment, it looks quite more on the upper side because your tour has just been announced. You're only playing one gig in Germany, 4th of December, Cologne, and that had already been had to be transferred in a bigger location because the tickets were sold out so quickly. How's that feeling to know people haven't even heard my album and they want to see me?
Well, I don't know. I'm a bit concerned about what people actually are going to expect because I have to learn to be in the middle of a stage, and I'm not really a natural front guy. Do you know what I mean? I'm more... I was in Oasis for 18 years and I was the sideman, and it was great and I loved it and I perfected that role and it was incredible. But I've got to learn how to do this frontman thing in front of people who have paid to come and see me practice doing it. And I'm not sure what I feel about that, but I just do my best, and hopefully people will go home and say, yeah, wasn't he good? I don't know. But
people would probably expect Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger, maybe whatever, Oasis songs, or your songs on your live gig. Are you going to play them?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't consider them to be Oasis songs.
Oh, they're your songs, you wrote them.
They're my songs, I did write them. And I've got no problem playing them. I don't have enough material to play for an hour anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you've already your second album ready, haven't you?
Yeah, but I don't want to play that yet because it's too soon to play it to anybody. So yeah, I play Oasis songs. I'm playing more than I would like, to be honest. I thought I might get away with 4. I'm playing more than that now, though.
So people will be looking forward to it, definitely.
Well, good for them.
We've just talked about your second album. You said it's ready, but it's not going to be released, I think, until next year, isn't it? And it's different from...
It's different from this, yeah. It's more psychedelic. It's a bit more psychedelic rock.
I can't really imagine. I'm really looking forward to that.
Think of Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
With Noel Gallagher-esque sounding songs.
Okay, that
It's
sounds
It's a
interesting.
bit like that. It is very interesting. Yeah.
One more question. We here at the radio station at the moment have a big thing. We are giving away a sabbatical for our listeners. They get 1 year off.
What?
We give them 1 year off
From their
to
jobs?
live their dreams. Yeah.
What do their bosses think about that?
We ask them afterwards. What would you do if you've got 1 year off?
If I had a year off, I do get years off. You know, I take a year off if I want one. And what do? Well, I do the opposite to what most people would think who work for a living would kind of go on holiday for a year and go and see the world and go to New York and Australia and blah, you know, all over the place. Come to Cologne. But I tend to stay at home because I work a lot away from home, and I tend to just sit around, watch TV, get on my wife's nerves, try and, I don't know, just relax and watch a lot. I watch a lot of TV.
Thank you very much.
You're a very nice lady.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so
You're a
am I.
very nice man.
I am a nice lady too.
I was about to say you were a nice man, but you screwed that. I'm sorry. I would have made you a compliment. No, thank you very much.
Pleasure.